Man, let me tell you, if this is what Friday night is going to be like this summer, I may just have to tap out. Honestly. This show sucks. I don't know what is going on. I don't know what is going on. Actually, I do know what's going on. This show got Vinced. Just like how Natty got nattied. This show got Vinced. Another complete rewrite of yet another show by Vince McMahon. Boy, oh boy, man, SmackDown has gone downhill, man. It reminds me of that submarine that imploded. Typical WWE autopilot mode going into the pay-per-view, man. If you can name me one thing of importance on this show, I'll make you the fucking co-host. Anyway, I'm going to the OTS venue. I listen. I have absolutely no patience tonight. Zero patience. We're gonna do this, and then we're getting the hell out of here, man. But before I do that, I got one question for you. Does it feel like summer yet, New York? Make sure they're ice cold, man. Today, you're gonna need it. What the fuck are you guys drinking? See you over there.
AEW successful? Why is Tony Khan running his promotion better than Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard are running Monday night and Friday night? Long-term booking.
What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. This is your Friday Night SmackDown post-show for June 23rd, 2023. I'm your host, JD from New York, as always, coming to you live from the OTS Beer Garden, even though it doesn't really feel like summer outside. From the OTS Beer Garden, thank you guys so very much for joining me on your Friday evenings, wherever you may be. You know, SmackDown at one point was the best weekly television show between WWE and AEW. Dynamite is good and all. They have their moments where they're great. They have their moments where it feels like I'm watching a fucking show on mushrooms. Tripping the fuck out. Monday Night Raw is just genuinely boring every single week. There's just nothing of excitement on that show. And SmackDown is becoming the same thing. But at one point, SmackDown was a very good watch. It was a very good watch. Even in its low weeks, SmackDown was always decent. I don't know what the fuck is going on with this show. I really don't. In fact, I do know what's going on, but nobody seems to want to believe me. Everybody seems to think, well, why do you gotta complain about Vince McMahon? Why do you gotta complain about Vince McMahon? Why do you gotta complain about Vince McMahon? Because it's wrong. Because it's wrong. I would love somebody to fucking tell me. I really would love somebody to tell me. Why does he need to change the show? Why does he need to change the show? Triple H and his team, depending on how much say they actually do have, which at this point is fucking minuscule, they have a show ready and prepared, set to go. It's on the desk before Friday. And Vince deems the show not good enough. He needs to go out there and change it. Nobody sees this as a major problem. Nobody seems to care that you, the viewer, were lied to, and you don't give a shit. You don't give a shit. It's like you were robbed, and you had money taken out of your bank account. Hey, that's all right, man. Let them go and have a great time, man. Go spend my money that I worked so hard for. It's like you sit down in a fucking 5-star restaurant, and you order the most expensive steak on the fucking menu, and then they bring you out a fucking seafood plate. You get lobster. And you're allergic to seafood. Don't worry about it, man. I'll have a fucking miserable evening. It's all right. Mistakes happen. You fucking kidding me? Nobody seems to have a problem with this. At all. Last week, WWE promoted Bayley versus Shotzi Blackheart, with Bayley putting her Money in the Bank spot on the line. What happened to it? But I watched last week's show in preparation for that to happen this week. Where was it? Where did it go? It just magically disappeared off the fucking show. Why? Because Vince McMahon doesn't give a shit about what happened last week. As long as he's happy this week. Where's Bobby Lashley? Has Bobby Lashley wrestled a single fucking match since he got moved over to SmackDown via the WWE draft? Where is he? Why do I continue to see the same revolving door of talent every single week? Oh, but we got Pretty Dead. Did I mispronounce their name? No, I don't think so. Pretty Deadly? Nah, Pretty Dead. Now, we get them weekly, though. And we get Grayson Waller sitting there in a fucking chair surrounded by fake palm trees. And he has, what, 3 months now of no in-ring action? It's a great job there, Vince. It's a great job there, bro. You got this guy who was a stud down in NXT, and you made him into somebody who is now worse than Mike Mizanin. If I wanted another Miz, I'd go watch The Miz on Monday night. Why do we need 2 Mizes in the company? Nobody seems to have a problem with Pretty Dead and Grayson Waller not wrestling. Now we get Charlotte Flair. And we get her androiding her way off the fucking conveyor belt to another world championship title match against Asuka next week. We get the same cast of characters every single week. LA Knight was supposed to wrestle in a triple threat match, apparently. That got scrapped. Even though he did wrestle Rey Mysterio in what I thought was a sloppy match, he ended up winning clean, which I'll get to in a little bit. Sheamus wrestled Solo Sikoa tonight. What the fuck does Sheamus have to do with Solo Sikoa? Where did Sheamus get dragged into this Bloodline thing for this week on SmackDown? Oh, that's right. The Bloodline story took the week off because Roman Reigns went on another mini vacation. He wasn't even there tonight. So fuck that. If you can name one fucking thing on this show that was important, I'll let you co-host alongside me next week. Here's a fucking spoiler for you. You can't. And no, you will not co-host with me because whatever answer you throw at me will be wrong. This show was so bad tonight, I was replying to tweets about Jinder Mahal being a great WWE champion back in 2017. My stomach turned reading these replies. That's how bad this show was tonight, where I have to put people in their place for still talking about Jinder Mahal and his treacherous, disgusting, and almost fucking nearly killed SmackDown title reign in 2017. This is the night that I had on social media, mixed with the people thinking, oh, Vince isn't running the show. Why is JD so obsessed with Vince McMahon? I don't know, because he ruined yet another fucking program. Open your fucking eyes. Ricochet exposed Vince McMahon running the show completely. Why are you angry at me when the fucking truth is being exposed right in your face by people who work there? Yet I'm the bad guy. Yet I'm the evil one who has an agenda against Vince McMahon. The show sucks. There's not one redeeming quality about this show. If you see anybody on social media this evening enjoying this show, they're all lying to you. Or they are the fucking dumbest individual that you may come across this evening. Dumb. Their opinion doesn't matter, and they clearly have zero quality and zero taste in anything. Shit sucks. I'm fucking sick to my stomach about these fucking shows, and it's nothing more than a waste of my time. A waste of my time. You could skip SmackDown. I'm telling you right now, you could skip SmackDown and miss nothing tonight. And I'm already laying out my schedule for when I go to London for All In. I'll be getting there on Thursday that week. Flying out on Thursday, I'll be getting there Friday morning, UK time. I'm already thinking to myself, man, what am I going to do for SmackDown? I got to cover SmackDown live, right? I don't give a fuck about SmackDown if it's going to be this bad. I'll gladly miss SmackDown. Nobody gives a shit. Who cares? Nobody seems to have a problem with this. Nobody. SmackDown pre-draft, SmackDown Triple H compared to Vince post-draft, or SmackDown post-draft with Vince running the show. Two completely different stories. Two completely different shows. Last week, we got 2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Nobody bats an eyelash. I tell you, Vince McMahon's running the show. Oh, you don't know anything, man. Look at Monday Night Raw. They're giving you a glimpse at what Vince McMahon's doing on Monday Night Raw. On Monday Night Raw, they've already promoted a women's Money in the Bank summit. Who cares? That's what you got. That's your great idea. You got 7 days to come up with something for Monday Night Raw, and that's the best you got? A women's summit? Dominic calls out Cody Rhodes. Might as well take the fucking week off if that's what you're giving me. Disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful. Vince has got his claws dug in so deep with everything. that people just don't give a shit anymore. I didn't get to where I was by not giving a shit. I got to where I was because I was vocal, because I was one of the voices of reason in this fucking community. This community is filled with nothing but fucking idiots. You don't care. You don't care. This community is full of blood-sucking fucking pussies. That's all this community is filled with. They don't give a shit what they see on television. They'll go on their fucking YouTube channels and fucking praise what's going on without calling out the real fucking issue. All they care about is getting on a Tony Khan media call and getting in good graces with TK so they could sit at the media scrum and ask fucking half-witted questions. You know that Tony Khan's not going to answer anything legitimately. That's all they care about. Instead of sitting down and really being a human being and letting everybody know that this show, run by Vince, is a fucking travesty. Everybody has a voice. If everybody collectively had a fucking voice in the community, all these fucking people in the community had a fucking voice, and you said something, maybe something would change. So now we're right back to square one where I feel like I'm fighting this battle all by myself. Because Vince is in charge. Vince is clearly in charge. And there's nothing we can do about it if nobody is going to do anything about it and try and change it and voice your opinion. I feel so bad for Triple H. He's basically rolled over, given up, and died. What can he do? If Triple H ain't fighting back, then the fans aren't going to fight back. He's our only lifeline. Triple H. And he can't do shit. Flip that around. We are his only lifeline. He knows we don't like this shit. He knows we're not standing for this shit. But what can we do? What can we do? You got a women's division that's fucking crumbling. You got a tag team women's division that's non-existent. You got a U.S. champion that's been missing for 3 weeks. You got a world champion who hasn't defended the fucking title since WrestleMania. You got an entire fucking brand post-draft that I don't even know who the fuck is on the show anymore. Where is the rest of this roster? LWO. We got Bobby Lashley missing, but we get LWO every fucking week. We got AJ Styles missing, but fuck as hell, we'll get pretty dead every week. Where's the rest of this roster? Wasn't this roster bolstered? I swear to God, man, I was looking at the roster post-draft, and I'm like, man, this mid-card is looking pretty sharp on SmackDown. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. This show has fallen off of a fucking cliff, creatively. Yet, you got people out there who will say it's good. Oh, it's a great show. The fuck are you watching? Realistically, what are you watching? You're either watching it on drugs or you're not watching it at all, and you want to argue with people in your spare time on your Friday night. Because what I watched tonight was not a great show. Vince doesn't do great shows. Vince ruins shows. Oh, you got to give the show a chance. Vince may be in charge, but who knows? He may turn up a gem. I don't know who the fuck you think you're watching, man, but we're not going to be sitting here calling a Vince McMahon show a gem. There are no gems in WWE. Hardly. Got Asuka dancing like a fucking retard. You got Charlotte out there who's back. Didn't wrestle a match yet, but tonight, and she's got a championship match. You got women's tag team champions in NXT who lost and now could go to the unemployment line because that's exactly where they're going. Where is the rest of this roster? Karrion Kross is missing. Butch and the Brawling Brutes are missing. They said the roster was overly frustrated with the changes made tonight. No shit. No shit. Heavy changes. One talent asked, did the show get Vinced? I don't know how most of you don't understand what is a Triple H segment or show compared to a Vince McMahon segment or show. I have taught you guys and prepped you so well over the last 8 years. You should already know this like the back of your fucking hand. Yet I got people telling me, well, how do you know Vince is not in charge or in charge? Could be Triple H. Why is it Triple H always gets a free pass? Because he's not running the fucking show. He never was. He never will be until the man is dead. He is a chief operating officer by title only. What don't you get? He parades around as a COO because he, when something goes wrong, will be pointed at as the one to blame. If Vince is running the show in the shadows, that's what they want you to. That's what they want you to sit there and question. Oh, is Vince running the show? No, it can't be. Triple H is the COO. When things go wrong, like half the fucking Twitterverse, they're going to blame Triple H for a bad show. Vince strategically knew what he was doing. Triple H is nothing more than a mere puppet. And then when things get so bad, and it's okay for the vampire to come out, he'll show face and goodbye Triple H. I'm surprised it hasn't happened yet. SmackDown talent were even asking, did the show get Vinced? Yes, it did. Everything on this show was a Vince McMahon thing. Everything. Not one single thing that I feel was a Triple H-led segment. Nothing. Fightful can confirm an earlier report from the WRKD Wrestling Twitter account that several talents were frustrated by all of the changes. This was the case for the start of WWE Raw on Monday as well. Many of the matches that had been promoted ahead of the episode of SmackDown were adjusted and cut, and there were significant changes to the version of the show that existed Friday morning. The originally planned LA Knight triple threat match was changed to a singles match, and the previously unplanned Charlotte Flair match was added to the card. Bayley and Shotzi was scrapped after Bayley was in town and did local media for the show this afternoon. Nice to be Pamela, huh? Yeah, I'm wrestling Shotzi, and then cut. Goodbye. How do you think Shotzi feels? Shotzi's looking desperately to make an impact on this show and break out in whatever way she can. Pulled from the show. Goodbye. When is Vince going to stop? I wish Vince would leave everything alone. Drop it and leave it alone. What was so bad on this show? What needed to be changed? What? And then he gives us what he gives us, and I guarantee you it was worse than what was already planned on Friday morning. And nobody has a problem. Nobody has a problem. You'll sit there, you'll get up, you'll bend over and accept whatever WWE gives you because that's the type of fan you are. Careless, soulless, and you accept mediocrity. I don't. Legitimately nothing on this show. Zero on this show meant anything. Same thing's going to happen next week. They'll be in London next week. We're getting a tag team title match with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus Pretty Dead and Charlotte versus Asuka. Great. SmackDown was an absolute fucking snooze fest. Boring. Unimportant tonight. If you missed anything, don't worry. Put your head down in your pillow tonight and wonder about how good Forbidden Door is going to be on Sunday night. Fucking ridiculous. Tired of being vilified in this fucking community for my honest, truthful banter. You don't like it? Good. Tired of fucking sitting here explaining week by week by week by week what the fuck is going on, and then I'm vilified and fucking made out to be the bad guy. Tired of it. Tired of it. Then in turn, that gets twisted, and everybody thinks I'm fucking negative, and then nobody wants to work with me, and I don't get invited nowhere. I'm sorry your show sucks. I'm sorry. I want better. I expect better. With the amount of fucking talent and manpower you got running this fucking shit, we should be getting banger after banger after banger after banger every fucking week. How many of you guys are New York Mets fans, huh? You like sitting 14 fucking games out of first place? I'm not even a fucking Mets fan, and I'm sympathizing with you fucking geeks. I'm sitting up here, and I'm fucking looking down at you, and I'm fucking thrilled that you're 14 games out of first place. You wanna know why? Because you and your fucking GM spent $350 million to be a fucking loser. Yet you want to sit there, and how many of you are being vocal? Buck Showalter's got to go, the pitching coach got to go, and those players need some stiff fucking just anger thrown at them. They need to be reprimanded. You're okay with that? Because I know I wouldn't be. If I was a fan, I'd be on fucking social media calling for Buck's head every fucking night. Ridiculous. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. You think if Brian Sneaker was fucking 14 games out of first place with the fucking talent he's got, you don't think I'd be sitting there calling for his fucking head too? Yet I'm the fucking bad guy when you could basically correlate this shit to liking your favorite baseball team or NFL team or NBA team. I'm a fan of Team WWE, and when I get this shit and I call out what needs to be said, I look like I'm the bad guy. Oh, it's a scripted TV show. Why do you get so angry? You don't have to watch. Absolutely moronic, low IQ fucking replies. Thank you for telling me you're a complete fucking idiot. With absolutely zero thought process of your own. Tired of it. I am sick and fucking tired of it. This is the show that made me snap. This, SmackDown on June 23rd made me snap tonight on everybody. Tired of it. I'm sitting here with a fucking headache. I got a pounding fucking headache, making it worse by telling you guys exactly how everything is. And I'm the bad guy. Don't watch. Don't watch. I got a channel to run. I got a business to run. It's my fucking job. I made it my job. You're going to get the good. You're going to get the bad. When it's bad, you are definitely going to get the bad. And when it's good, I'll be the fucking first to tell you that it's good. But don't sit there and tell me that I'm doing a bad job, that I'm negative, that I'm a fucking cancer, and I'm this and I'm that. I'm sorry you don't like what I have to say. You don't like what I have to say because you know I'm fucking right. June 2022, all the way up till December 2022, you were fucking lied to. Come 2023, soon as he took over the fucking chairman position and became chairman of the board, you knew exactly where this shit was going. Nick Khan, at every twist and turn, was lying to every single outlet about what was going on. WWE sold the fucking company to the people who they knew would be okay by keeping Vince McMahon in charge, with keeping Vince McMahon in power. They didn't need to sell the fucking company. How many times did I tell you it wasn't about the sale of the company? It was about Vince keeping power. Yeah, let me sell the company to my fucking dear good friend of 23 years, Ari Emanuel. He'll do what's right. Meanwhile, Vince should be in jail. Vince should be dead somewhere. And Vince should have paid for his crimes and his sins. Nah, we'll just fucking punish him, give him a slap on the wrist like everything else, and goodbye. Swept under the rug. And here we are. Yeah, you're okay with that. You're okay with a fucking rapist, senile, demented piece of shit, a manipulative, power-hungry piece of shit, a murderer in the fucking company, running the goddamn show. Good on you. Nice to know where your morals stand. Ridiculous. We're going to try and go over whatever the fuck happened here, man. Wrestling, who gives a shit? No decent wrestling tonight at all. Sheamus, maybe. Outside that, no Money in the Bank build, no Roman, no Bloodline. Nobody that I actually wanted to see on television in a meaningful way. What the fuck did we waste 2 hours for? What did we waste 2 hours for? Eugene Morgan with a $100 super chat. Thank you, brother. I appreciate your generosity very, very much, man. For the vilification fund, you're great, JD, and we love you. Don't listen to the geeks. Vince is still around, and Triple H ultimately is under his authority. You get it, Eugene. You get it, and you get another round of applause, brother. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you very, very, very much. We're going to get into the rest of the show tonight. Thank you for listening to me rant. I needed to get that out. Let me talk to you. It's going to be a busy weekend, man. We got real wrestling happening tonight. It's not even midnight yet. I'm sorry. Saturday. There was no real wrestling happening on Friday. We got real wrestling happening tonight with AEW Collision. I'll be live with Jesse, I think. It's not going to be on every Saturday with me. I'm not going to be live every Saturday, especially in the summertime. But I think Jesse will be joining me on Saturday night for Collision. If not, I will be live for Collision on Saturday night. It's the go-home show for Forbidden Door. It's going to be a big one. So join me then. We'll have some videos out early in the afternoon as well. We'll have videos out early in the afternoon on Sunday. We're getting a Twitter Spaces ready with Andrew Baydala on Sunday afternoon right before Forbidden Door. And then we'll be live after Forbidden Door on Sunday night. It's going to be a big weekend, man, so make sure you guys keep it right here on OTS. I got some great news today, man. I got some great news today. Personal news. I have been seeking the Mustang Dark Horse Blue Ember limited edition of 1500. Had my name on a list since October. I got the call today. We'll be getting the car. It's mine if I want it. Felt like I hit the lottery today, man. The dealership is only getting one Dark Horse. One. And you're looking at the guy that may potentially own it. I just got to talk to a couple of my financial advisors, and I got to get the approval from some people in my camp. But we may be making the deal. So I might have to have Deviate give me some new intros, man, because we're going to be driving a different color Mustang. It's going to be great. Can't wait. That was excellent news today. I got another big news story concerning me and the channel coming up in about a week and a half, man. I'm NDA'd right now. Can't say what it is, but I want to get you guys hyped about it because I'm fucking excited about it. I mean, it's a dream come true for me. So hopefully we'll unleash that for you guys later on in the month. Tonight's show sponsored by Magic Spoon. That's right, man. My friends over at Magic Spoon is sponsoring the show. You guys want that childlike nostalgia? You guys want delicious and wholesome? You guys want something in your bowl that's never boring like SmackDown was tonight? Then you gotta get some Magic Spoon, man. Want to thank them for sponsoring the show tonight. You guys can use my code SCRIPTS for $5 off. Make sure you guys go to magicspoon.com/scripts. Save $5 off your order today. I want to thank them for sponsoring the show tonight, and make sure you guys go check them out, man. magicspoon.com/script or use code SCRIPT at checkout. We'll talk about my friends over at Magic Spoon a little bit later on in the show. Follow me on social media at JDfromNY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Continue to get those super chats in. Memberships are open as well. Hit that join button, become a VIP right here on the podcast. And go check out all the other videos you might have missed on the channel. We uploaded an extra earlier this morning. Go check that out. Is Logan Paul going to win the Money in the Bank briefcase? WWE management on Triple H's side wants LA Knight to win. Will that happen? I don't know. We also got news on Io Shirai potentially winning the women's Money in the Bank. And Carlito is on his way back to WWE. All that in the news today. Go and check that out on the channel. It's live on the homepage as we speak. SmackDown tonight, man. Start at the top here. We got the Usos. The Usos are out there and they make their way to the ring. And we got the Civil War with Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa happening at Money in the Bank in the United Kingdom. Very much looking forward to what they do there, man. It's a very unpredictable situation. One of the things I like about the match so much is that you don't know which way they're going to swing. Is Roman and Solo going to win? Or is Jimmy and Jey Uso going to win? We don't know. If I had a gun to my head and I had to choose one who I think would be the right choice, it will probably be Jimmy and Jey Uso winning that match. And Solo Sikoa realizing that Roman is not the Roman he thinks is with him. I do think that everything begins to crumble around Roman Reigns after Money in the Bank. So they're out there, and the Usos were standing in the center of the ring. Jay started to speak and said, the Bloodline. He started the Bloodline is in your city skit. Jimmy stopped him when he said Bloodline. Jay corrected himself and said, the Usos are now in your city. Jimmy said he felt good and asked how Jay felt. Crowd chanted, Usi, Usi. Jay says they're about to fight their family, and family doesn't do that. He said that family is supposed to lift each other up and have each other's backs. Jay said it should be from day one to the end. Jimmy stopped Jay. Jimmy said that Jay made the perfect choice. They shook hands. Jay says he loved Jimmy. Jay then said that they still love Roman Reigns. And Jay called Reigns the tribal chief. He says they were in the trenches with him for 3 years, and they would do whatever he said. Jay said they will always forgive Roman Reigns, but you disrespected my brother. You disrespected the Usos. Jimmy says that they were raised on respect. He says they became the most dominant faction in WWE. Jimmy says that once Reigns stopped showing them respect, they left Reigns on the island of relevancy all by himself. Jay said that Reigns is blood and they'll always forgive him, but they can't forgive the people on the outside. Jay called Paul Heyman the biggest snake of them all. Jimmy then said that Heyman has claimed he's had the most respect for their family for nearly 40 years. He asked how they could respect Heyman when he drove a wedge between he and his brother. Or brothers, in this case, also Solo. Jay says they're going to get all of them. Jay says they're the best tag team in the WWE. They're the best tag team in the world. He says that at Money in the Bank, it's lockdown. Jimmy and Jay welcome Solo and Roman to the Uso Penitentiary. Great promo. Great promo by Jimmy and Jay. I say this all the time. When Jimmy and Jay speak, I stop, I listen. That's the type of vibe that they give off. That's the type of attention that they demand from the audience. They are that good. Very much looking forward to that match at Money in the Bank, but really nothing of substantial note was forwarded for the Bloodline story here on SmackDown. Nothing. You're excited about that match? Good. As am I. But nothing was really forwarded and nothing was really built upon towards that match. You can't do it with Roman Reigns being absent. Can't do it. Still excited about the match, though, in about a week. Rey Mysterio. He went one-on-one with LA Knight. There was a report on LA Knight and him being the odds-on favorite from Triple H's camp. Management in Triple H's camp is really pushing for LA Knight to be the guy who wins Money in the Bank. That is being reported by Mike Johnson of PWInsider.com. Now, I don't know what's going to happen come the day of Money in the Bank. For all we know, LA Knight could be the odds-on favorite, and management could want LA Knight all they want to win Money in the Bank. But it doesn't matter. It's what Vince wants the day of. Do you really think Vince is going to listen to everybody that says, Vince, LA Knight should be Mr. Money in the Bank? Do you really think Vince is going to listen to the fans? Do you think Vince is going to listen to the reaction that LA Knight gets? He probably doesn't even understand the reaction that LA Knight gets. See, my mind doesn't work that way. My mind does not work that way. LA Knight is fucking great. But I'm here to tell you one thing and one thing only. The way that I operate is not the way you guys operate, which is hopeful and trusting of WWE to do the right thing. No. First of all, they don't deserve your trust. They haven't done anything at all to make you believe that LA Knight is going to win Money in the Bank. They haven't done jack shit. For all we know, Vince McMahon's going to want Logan Paul to win Money in the Bank because he's the biggest star in the match. Believe it or not. WWE giving Logan Paul the Money in the Bank is going to be a nice publicity story for WWE. It'll be all over the newspapers and all over ESPN and all over social media, and he could take it on impulsive. What is LA Knight going to do with the briefcase? Yeah! You got to look at it from a realistic point of view. Additionally, LA Knight is a Triple H guy. When has Vince ever embraced a Triple H guy? Do you really think that Vince McMahon is going to look at somebody that he changed into Max Dupree because, God forbid, an NXT talent gets over on the main roster that Triple H had a hand in creating? God forbid that fucking happened. Took this guy who was perfect coming out of NXT, changed him into Max Dupree, and then when Vince went bye-bye for 6 months, that's when Triple H had some fun. Hey, man, you want to get your old gimmick back? Sure thing, Paul. Let's do it. Maximum Male Models were dead. LA Knight was back. LA Knight was getting over. And now Vince is back. Do you genuinely believe Vince McMahon is going to push a Triple H guy? Get with the program, folks. Get with the program. I'd love to see it happen. In fact, I fucking hope it happens. You got to strike while the iron is hot. Now, LA Knight is at his peak. You take that and you build upon it. This guy loses Money in the Bank. Where does he go on SmackDown? Tell me, where does he go on SmackDown? Does he win a United States title? What good is that going to do for him? Does nothing for me. LA Knight winning Money in the Bank, challenging Seth Rollins, and winning the World Heavyweight Championship while being moved over to Monday Night Raw sounds like a solid plan for me. But everybody is so hopeful that LA Knight's going to win Money in the Bank, right? Meanwhile, Logan Paul was added to the match. It's all about what Vince McMahon wants. I don't know why you guys are so hopeful and trusting of WWE doing the right thing here. They live to disappoint you. They don't give a fuck what you and I want. This is how you know a noob is watching WWE. Sorry, folks. Doesn't work that way here. This match with Rey Mysterio tonight for, I would say, 7 minutes. It was fine. And then all of a sudden, it's like we got two completely different wrestlers in this ring. It's like the soul of Rey Mysterio was fucking sucked out of the fucking arena tonight. Same thing with LA Knight. I don't know who the fuck I was watching. Botch after botch after botch after botch. It was just a good 45 seconds of just sloppiness. Now, I'm no wrestler, nor do I want to be. But I know a good match from a bad match, a good sequence from a good sequence, a botch from a non-botch. I don't know what happened. LA Knight's too good. Rey Mysterio is too good to botch on a normal night. There had to be some miscommunication there. But it was bad. Very, very bad. So, LA Knight had control with the neck breaker. Knight lifted Mysterio. Mysterio rolled Knight into a turnbuckle. Mysterio hit a senton and a crossbody for a 2. Mysterio ran at LA Knight, and Knight caught him with a big slam. Knight then landed a jumping elbow for a 2 count. He did the LA Knight, and then he dropped the elbow as the crowd yelled, "Yeah!" Mysterio jumped at LA Knight and eventually turned it into a DDT. Then he hit an enziguri. Knight caught Rey and hit blunt force trauma for the win. Believe it or not, LA Knight beat Rey Mysterio clean as a whistle tonight on SmackDown. Now, depending on how you look at it, I would be genuinely concerned about this evening. A lot of people were like, well, he beat Rey Mysterio clean. What is there to worry about? That's how you know a noob is watching SmackDown, or somebody that clearly does not pay attention to what they're watching. Now, we do have 1 week left to go. I don't know what LA Knight's going to do on next week's show. I mean, we thought we knew what was happening on tonight's show until Vince McMahon fucking completely destroyed the script. So we don't know. He could be on next week's show. We could get a men's summit next week. Who the fuck knows? Who knows? Knowing Vince McMahon, he'll have everybody in the fucking ring sitting on top of the ladder, yelling at each other on why they should win Money in the Bank. That's exactly what we're going to get on Monday Night Raw. We're going to get all the ladies in the ring, sitting atop all these big ladders, screeching like fucking banshees about why they need to win Money in the Bank. Guarantee it. A women's summit, pal! Sure. The way I want you guys to look at this is do not trust WWE. Seriously. LA Knight won clean here. What does that mean? Last week he lost to Santos Escobar. Right? Clean. Now he beats Rey Mysterio. All right, he traded 1 for 1. He lost to one LWO member and beat the other one. But being that he won so clean a week before the pay-per-view, normally that doesn't bode well for WWE and booking somebody that we want. Seriously. LA Knight won here tonight. For all we know, he may not win Money in the Bank, even though he should be the odds-on favorite. I would be slightly concerned with this win over Rey Mysterio tonight. I really would. Do not trust WWE. After the match was over, LA Knight tried to take Mysterio's mask off, but Santos Escobar ran out for the save. They cut backstage, and all of a sudden Solo Sikoa was giving Ridge Holland of the Brawling Brutes a Samoan spike in the back. So they went from one segment, from the end of the match, to Solo Sikoa just randomly attacking Ridge Holland in the back. Don't know what Ridge Holland has to do with Solo Sikoa, but I guess he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Sheamus. He comes and shows up next to Ridge Holland. He's asking Adam Pearce, who's there on the scene, give him a match with Solo Sikoa. Adam Pearce said he couldn't do anything. And then Sheamus was basically calling him lame. And he goes out to the live audience with a microphone and says if Solo Sikoa wants to fight, he would give him a bloody fight. Why do we have Sheamus battling Solo Sikoa legitimately out of nowhere? The show got vinced. The Brawling Brutes have had nothing to do with the Bloodline in months. Vince seemingly just went back on what we got way back when and tried to make sense of it tonight, and it failed. The show was unimportant. Solo attacks the Brawling Brutes. Sheamus gets involved. He wants to fight Solo. Wow. Wow. How long did it take you to come up with that one? What was so bad about the originals? I guarantee you this was not in the original script. What was so bad about the original script that this needed to be put on the show? A complete waste of my time. Shayna Baszler. She's one half of the women's tag team champions on the main roster with Ronda
My little Highness, my precious.
Sorry, man. I got to channel my inner Gollum every time I talk about Ronda Rousey and transition into Becky Lynch. They put their main roster women's tag team titles on the line against Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, the NXT women's tag team champions. Raquel Rodriguez. Rodriguez Gonzalez. Sitting at ringside. Nobody knew why. Nobody knew why. Raquel, what are you doing out there, honey? What are you doing out there? You were on Monday Night Raw. Someone please tell me. Is Raquel a Raw superstar? Or is she a SmackDown superstar? Can someone find this information out for me? I know I have some sleuths in the chat. I know. I need to know. This is pertinent information, okay? Is Raquel Rodriguez a Raw superstar or a SmackDown superstar? I need to know. Because I don't know why she was sitting out there. She's Raw. Donzel says she's Raw. She was drafted to Raw with Liv Morgan. Is that what you guys are telling me? Everybody says she's a Raw superstar. Okay. So this is what we're going to do, man. I have to educate the fucking imbeciles out there again because I'm the bad guy and I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'll get some fucking no-name geek making a fucking reaction video on me about why I don't make sense. Sure thing, guy. Sure thing. Let's talk about this, man. She's drafted to Raw, right? Okay. Raquel Rodriguez, correct me if I'm wrong. Tell me when I'm telling lies here. Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan lost the women's tag team championships, right? So as champions, they are allotted, they are allowed to go to whichever brand they want. They want to show up on Raw, they can defend it on Raw. They want to show up on SmackDown? Sure, why not? Here's a free pass to SmackDown. They want to go down to the Performance Center on Tuesday nights. They can wrestle on NXT. But being that Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan lost the tag team titles, then that should automatically put them back on the brand that they got drafted to, right? Now they are Raw superstars, being that they lost that privilege to wrestle on any brand that they wanted as tag team champions. Why was she on SmackDown if she's a Raw superstar? Why did Liv Morgan come out as if she was a SmackDown superstar if she's a Raw superstar? The privilege of tag team champions in the women's division means you get to show up on whichever brand that you want. They lost that privilege when they lost the tag team championships. Am I making sense? Tell me when I'm telling lies. But I'm the bad guy. I'm sorry your show sucks. Don't blame me. You have how many people writing this show? But somehow that slips underneath the radar. So I guess the privilege that the tag team champions hold means nothing. Correct? She's out there as if she's owning the fucking show. Yeah, I'm sitting out here watching Ronda wrestle. Great. What are you doing out there, and why are you out there? Yet I'm fucking terrible at what I do, right? You think I don't know anything. I'm sorry, guys. You don't like it? Go watch somebody else. What do you want me to say about this match? What do you want me to say about this match? Was it a banger? No. Was the outcome in question? No. This was a very predictable match. Very predictable. Would you guys expect Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler to lose the tag team championships that they just won? Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, man. I enjoy both ladies. I do. I think they're great. They're a solid tag team. Like the gimmick, like the vibe. I think both ladies are fucking great together, right? I can't see how Vince pushes them anymore. I can't. They're NXT talents. They'll probably be shipped back down to NXT. We'll call Braun Breaker up. We'll make a trade. Send him back down there. I mean, what are they going to do on SmackDown now? They lost the tag team. They lost the only thing that gave them any sort of fucking belonging. Now they're going to be used as jobbers. It's exactly where they're going. Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey win the tag team championships. Unified. Finally. Because there was no need for NXT women's tag team champions ever. So now we got one set of women's tag team titles, the one Ronda and Shayna are holding, and they win the match. So there was a double count, not a double count, a double tap out. Fire tags in. Baszler kicked Isla Dawn, and Baszler and Rousey sank in their finishers on Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. Double tap out. 1, 2, 3. Goodbye. After the match, Rodriguez got on the microphone and said that they want a rematch. Who's they? You're not even supposed to be here. Why couldn't Ronda and Shayna show up on Raw and we do this on Raw? At that point, it would have made a lot more sense because Raquel and Liv are on that show. They want a rematch because they never lost the tag team titles. Baszler asked who they were, and out comes Liv Morgan. She makes a return, and all of the 13-year-old geeks jump for joy online. All the Liv stans crying that their hero has returned. Great. Great. The outcome will be the same as it was for Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. So now what does this mean? What does this mean? This means Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler could show up on Monday Night Raw. This means Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler could show up on Friday Night SmackDown. This means WWE can shill more main roster stars on Tuesday night for those desperation ratings for NXT. Now Ronda Rousey can perform on NXT Tuesday nights. That sounds like a fucking awful time, an awful way to spend your Tuesday evening. Good luck with that. I won't be watching. I can barely stand the shit that they got on the show now. Now you want to include Ronda Rousey? As if Dana Brooke wasn't bad enough. Give me a fucking break. You killed the NXT Women's Tag Team Division to move the main roster Tag Team Division down there and do what? Who's going to challenge Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler down there now? Is there anybody worth a fucking dime in that Tag Team Division? You got rid of the titles because there was no division. The WWE doesn't give a shit about that. They just want Ronda on Tuesday nights. Great. What do you think? She's going to be Seth Rollins and see a jump in the ratings? If anything, Ronda's going to fucking send the ratings into the fucking toilet. She's not as big as WWE thinks she is. The Grayson Waller effect. It's another week where this guy who can fucking wrestle doesn't wrestle. Great. It's unbelievable. Didn't Apollo Crews get moved from NXT? Where is he? Is he on Raw? Where are half of the fucking people that they called up from NXT? Where are half of the fucking people that they drafted to Raw and SmackDown? It's unbelievable. Grayson Waller effect. His guests are pretty dead. Lee. Waller welcomed Kit Wilson and Elton Prince. He gave them fancy chairs to sit in. Elton Prince said it's their favorite talk show and it's way better than the KO show. Waller said, yes, it's true. Waller says it's nice to have a guest on the show with style and banter because Americans don't have good banter. Waller says they've had so much success in a short amount of time. They'll face Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens for the undisputed tag team titles next week on SmackDown in the United Kingdom. Kit Wilson said the match will be in their home country and they're going to compete with the team that main evented WrestleMania. Prince had to calm himself down as the crowd started to chant. I don't know what they were chanting, but it wasn't pleasant. He said that Owens and Zayn can bicker, but pretty dead. Lee is always on the same page. Waller interjected and called Pretty Deadly the Iron Man in last week's tag team match. Pretty Dead Lee repeated the Iron Man line. Prince Wilson. No, not Prince. Well, Elton Prince Wilson. Elton Prince. I don't even know these fucking guys' names. It's all fucking terrible. Elton Prince said that there were times when they didn't know they could go on. Wilson said that they did it through blood, sweat, and tears, but they did it. They celebrated beating the Brawling Brutes, the LWO, the OC. Jesse, why is there a fucking echo in an outside beer garden, bro? I mean, I don't get it. What are we doing here, man? Every time I talk about these two clowns, my fucking soundboard malfunctions. Are you trolling me, bro? Try it again, okay? Listen, man, I'm going to have to dump you, man. If it's fucking echoing, I'm going to have to dump you.
I don't even know why I come here.
I don't know why you come here either, motherfucker. This fucking guy, man. You gotta be fucking kidding me.
I don't even know.
Yeah, keep mumbling under your breath, bitch. I'll see you tomorrow. And the Street Profits. All of a sudden, the Street Profits come. This show sucks. I'm sorry. This whole segment was fucking god-awful. God-awful. Who booked this show, you ask? This is Triple H? You think Triple H called Grayson Waller up to the main roster to have him sit in between two fucking geeks like Pretty Dead and two palm trees for 3 months, right? You think Triple H is allowing this to happen? This is all his creative fucking genius, right? Then you'll have fucking people telling me that Grayson Waller is hurt. I'm sorry, I didn't know Twitter was fucking Grayson Waller's medical fucking advisor. Street Profits came out and Montez asked Angelo Dawkins if Pretty Deadly said their name. Dawkins said yes, they did. Ford said that since the Profits are on SmackDown, Grayson Waller will have a season 2. Ford then said Pretty Deadly hadn't been introduced to the smoke, so they were going to show it to them. Tag team match. Tag team match between Pretty Dead and the Street Profits. 9 minutes. Oh, we got 2 matches that went 9 minutes tonight. Great. Great. It certainly beats the fucking 4 2-minute matches we got last week. The match wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. I just can't bring myself to care about Pretty Deadly. I can't. I don't get it. I don't want to know it. I don't care. And poor Street Profits, man, they continue to lose. I don't know if we're really getting a heel Montez and a heel Angelo Dawkins. Maybe we get a heel Bianca Belair. I don't know. They just continue to lose, man. They need something and something quick. Because they were up here and they are fucking sinking fast in the tag team division. So Pretty Deadly wins. Ford and Wilson began the match. And Ford took over with a headlock. Dawkins tagged in pretty quick. And Pretty Deadly got the upper hand on Angelo Dawkins. Montez Ford tagged back in. He was chopping Elton Prince. We went to a commercial. Wilson was in control. He was working over Ford inside. 2 came off the top rope with Ford getting the best of it. Ford got the hot tag to Angelo Dawkins, and Dawkins came in to clean house. Dawkins landed a double underhook slam for 2. Montez tagged back in, and Dawkins shoulder blocked Prince into Ford, who pinned Prince for 2. Ford then slammed Prince and tagged in Dawkins again. The Profits set up for something, but Wilson broke it up, and Prince rolled Dawkins up with a little help from his tag team partner, who put his feet on the ropes for a leverage pin. 1, 2, 3, and that was it. Pretty Deadly beat the Street Profits, cheating to win with the leverage pin. I said this on Twitter, man. I think Angelo Dawkins has more explosive offense than Montez Ford, man. Angelo Dawkins got a nice hot tag. He does. And I don't know where they go with the Street Profits, but they certainly need a change in, I don't know if it's scenery, but they certainly need a change in direction for sure. Is that a heel turn coming? I don't know. I think it could benefit them very much. Charlotte. Great. This gives me an opportunity to leave the fucking couch I was sitting on and go do something else. I think my cat puked on the floor in my bathroom, and I had to go clean it up. I enjoyed doing that more than watching Charlotte squash Lacey Evans. 2 minutes. Figure 8. That's it. Lacey Evans, man, too busy arguing with Sergeant Slaughter on Twitter to fucking have anybody give a shit about what she's doing. Goodbye. If there's budget cuts, Lacey Evans certainly will be a part of those. Awful. Figure 8, and that was it. After the bell rang, Asuka attacked Charlotte and saluted Charlotte repeatedly, dancing. Asuka out there dancing like Teddy Long with the WWE Undisputed Women's Championship. She will defend that title next week against the Android, where Bianca Belair will certainly interfere. Speaking of Bianca Belair, she was shown talking to Adam Pearce backstage. Belair said she wants to be ringside next week to make sure nobody cuts the line. Sure you do, honey. Pearce said that is not going to happen. Belair will be barred from ringside, and there's too much at stake. Belair is barred from ringside, huh? What does that mean, man? Is Charlotte going to win the championship? Asuka wins the championship, and we're ready to take the fucking championship off of her. Great. Great. Main event. This went 15 minutes. Solo Sikoa. He went one-on-one with Sheamus. Don't know what Sheamus and the Brutes have to do with Solo Sikoa and the Bloodline, but here we are. Here we are. Sheamus was interviewed lately, or recently, I should say. Recently, Sheamus was interviewed and said that the WWE dropped the ball on the Brawling Brutes. I don't know what the fuck happened, but the Brawling Brutes, like this show, got vinced. I don't know why. They were one of the best factions in the WWE. They were probably the second best SmackDown faction next to the Bloodline. And now they're not even top 5, I don't think. Like, we got the Bloodline, we got Imperium, we got Judgment Day, we got LWO. They're down there with the OC. Now, what are we doing with the Brawling Brutes? I'll tell you what we're doing with the Brawling Brutes. Vince doesn't give a shit about Butch or Ridge Holland or Sheamus, for that matter. Sheamus was one of the most consistent in-ring performers in the entire company, and WWE has once again squandered Sheamus. This man was interviewed telling you that he's frustrated with the direction of the Brawling Brutes and how WWE dropped the ball and didn't capitalize on them being the Brawling Brutes, to a point where they take Sheamus and put him in a fucking match with Solo Sikoa to basically feed him to Solo Sikoa on a night where this show did not matter at all. Great. This man complains to a fucking outlet, some online magazine, some newspaper, about his faction not doing anything, and then you are persistent in doing nothing with him. I don't get it. Ridiculous. Now, the match itself was fine. Sheamus never has a bad match, ever. Solo Sikoa, he continues to get these high-profile matches. He continues to get the main events. Is he ready to be there on his own? No, he's not. And you knew the Usos were going to be involved in this in some way. But a lot of this, being that it did not matter, the fact that it did not matter, this match meant nothing. It did not further the Bloodline. It did not further anything with the Usos. It did not matter because Roman wasn't there. They are going to turn their wheels until we get into London and we get this tag team match. Now, what's said next week, I don't know. Roman's going to be there. What is WWE going to do in the final week of preparation to get me more excited about this match? There's nothing that you could do. The announcement of it being a Civil War tag team match is all that you need. WWE, like I said, basically on autopilot with these shows. They'll give you whatever as long as they get by and they get to the next show. Sikoa had control after a commercial break, and he pumped himself up. He ran into a clothesline from Sheamus. Sheamus slammed Solo, kept control. Sikoa rolled to the apron, and Sheamus grabbed him for the 10 beats. Sheamus fired up, went for the bro kick. Solo cut him off, only for Solo to run into a knee from Sheamus for a 2 count. Sheamus tried to lift Solo. he couldn't lift him up. And then he did. And he hit white noise. He went for a cover. He only gets a 2 count. Sheamus set up for the Celtic Cross. Solo fought out of it. Hit a Samoan spike. He took Sheamus to the outside. Solo slammed Sheamus on top of the announce table. And then the match kept going. Solo then put Sheamus through the barricade on the outside. And then Jessica Carr, the referee, called the match off as Sheamus looked to be knocked out. Now, when Solo ran into Sheamus and broke the timekeeper's barricade, I don't know, man. It did not look, from my vantage point, like he really got a full head of steam. It looked like he jogged his way there, and then he basically missed him, went into the barricade, and they pretended like it was some devastating spot. It did not look good at all. So Jessica Carr called the match. Sheamus looked to be knocked out. Solo started spiking everyone around him. The Usos' music hit. They ran into the ring. Both Jimmy and Jay hit Solo with super kicks. Usos stared down Paul Heyman before hitting Solo with another double super kick. Solo was knocked out. And then Usos then hit Sikoa with the Uso splash to end the show. One of the most unimportant SmackDowns that you will see all year. And that is basically what happened on this show. 0. 0. You want to know why nothing happened on this show or how nothing happened on this show? I haven't even hit an hour and 30 minutes yet. I guess that's good. The quicker I leave, the quicker I get on Destiny. Anyway, guys, I'm getting the hell out of here. Actually, no, I can't get out of here. I got super chats. I got super chats to get into, man. But before I do that, I want you guys to check out my sponsor for tonight's show, man. Magic Spoon. Oh, yeah. You guys want that childlike nostalgia? You guys want delicious and wholesome? You guys want something in your bowl on a nice, beautiful Saturday morning that's never boring? It's Magic Spoon, and that's what we're talking about today, man. Tonight's sponsor is Magic Spoon. MagicSpoon.com/scripts or use code SCRIPTS at checkout to save $5 off of your purchase, man. Magic Spoon fits a variety of lifestyles. It's high in protein, it's keto-friendly, it's gluten-free, it's grain-free, it's soy-free, it's wheat-free, and it's naturally flavored. Magic Spoon is also, like I said, man, cereal reinvented. It's the same great taste that you remember as a child, but upgraded with grown-up ingredients. 0 grams of sugar, 13 to 14 grams of protein, and 4 to 5 net grams of carbs in each serving. 140 calories per serving. I love it, man. I have it before I go to the gym. I love their Magic Spoon cereal bars even more, man. I'll take one to the gym with me. 1 gram of sugar, 10 grams of protein, and 4 net grams of carbs. 130 calories per bar, man. Sounds good to me. You guys can click the link that I'm going to pin down in the comment section of this very video and in the description right now. Build your own variety box. Use my code SCRIPT, $5 off. You can choose from cocoa, fruity, frosted, peanut butter, maple waffle, plus other awesome flavors. Honey nut, blueberry muffin, birthday cake, and cinnamon roll. You guys can also add the cookies and cream and cocoa peanut butter cereal bars. Here's a little spoiler for you. The cookies and cream is my favorite. And Magic Spoon is so confident in their product that it's backed with a 100% guarantee. If you don't like it for any reason, they'll refund you your money, no questions asked. And for my British and Canadian fans, Magic Spoon ships to Canada and the UK. Make sure you guys use code SCRIPT at checkout or go to magicspoon.com/script. Save $5 on your order today. And I want to thank them for sponsoring tonight's SmackDown post show right here on Off the Script. Brandon James Shea with a new membership. Brandon, thank you, brother. Michelle Moran with a $5 super chat. Pretty Deadly is a team that only Vince could love. I hope Sammy and KO don't lose to these geeks next week. SmackDown sucks tonight. Can't wait for Collision. Collision should be great, Michelle. I'm very much looking forward to it. Tony Brown with a $1.99. Hello, my friend. Tony Brown, man. Some great booty meat on Rampage tonight, brother. Telo Seize with a 9 months. Ricochet spoke nothing but truth regarding creative in WWE. That being said, I won't be surprised if Vince buried him within a month. Oh, don't worry, man. Ricochet ain't going nowhere. Though I do think that we are definitely getting a Logan Paul versus Ricochet match at SummerSlam. If they're smart, that would happen while LA Knight wins Money in the Bank. The logical villain, Aaron King, with a $5 super chat. This show reeked of Vince. Anyone who thinks otherwise needs a psychological evaluation. Absolutely. Stu Sexton with 40 months in the venue. This guy's 8 months away from the Mustang badge. Buddy, I know it's boring, bro, but I have exotics that I don't have that I need. That's why I play. Stu, 8 months away from the Mustang badge, OTS for life. Looking forward to a great weekend of wrestling. Indeed, Stu. I am very much looking forward to Forbidden Door. Tay-Tay with a $9.99. SmackDown got Vince tonight. Bayley and Shotzi got replaced by Charlotte and Lacey Evans. Sheamus and Brutes got the short end of the stick. And can we please see Grayson Waller wrestle? No lies there, Tay-Tay. No lies. Your Nation's Gamer with a $4.99. Wasn't Bayley and Shotzi's match supposed to be tonight? Yes, Vince axed it. Jason Barker with a $5 super chat. People don't want to believe you because ignorance is bliss. And they don't want to know the truth because the truth hurts. The truth hurts, which was rewritten scripts. Let them be ignorant, bro. I know what we do here. I'm one of the smartest fucking people in the community. I'm not afraid to admit that. Johnny with 2 months. Thank you, brother. JD, you the best. Thank you, Johnny. Chris with 12 months. Already a year in the venue. Thanks for everything, man. Cheers. Thank you, Chris. What the fuck are you drinking to celebrate 12 months, brother? Tay-Tay with 2 $4.99 super chats. Vince ruined Raw. Vince ruined SmackDown. Vince ruined NXT. And Vince will ruin Money in the Bank. Joseph Taylor with a $2 super chat. I hope Shotzi goes to AEW when her contract is up. I hope not. I don't think Shotzi's good at all, man. If she does go, she'd probably be allowed to be Shotzi. Because I don't remember her being this bad. Matt Fugitive with a $5 super chat. Another YouTuber criticized Triple H about how WWE's been run. It's not Paul. It's Vince. The genetically jacked Walt Disney. I unsubbed. OTS for life. Matt, I wonder if you're talking about BC Amplified. I love BC, but I think he has it out for Triple H, just like how I have it out for Vince. We got to smarten that man up, bro. Eric $2 super chat. Vince only wants what Vince wants. Yes. Eugene, again, brother. Thank you for the super chat, man. 100 by Eugene Morgan. Static Shock Girl with a $20 super chat. We appreciate you, JD. You are not the villain to us, so fuck those other people. That was a first-time super chat by Shock Girl, man. She made quite the statement there. Thank you, Shock Girl. Hopefully, we continue to see you in the venue. AJ with 1 month. Thank you for being a member for 1 month, AJ. Salute, JD. Roman was advertised for tonight, but wasn't on the show. Was he advertised? I don't know. MK3 Kratos with 34 months. I've been engaged to the love of my life for over 2 years now. You're the best at your job. When will the new Mustang debut? Also, fuck that clown. SRS. What did Sean Ross Sapp do now? If he didn't mention me, no reason to shit talk SRS, man. Jaxo, 23 with the 10 months. The only thing I liked about SmackDown tonight was the Bloodline stuff. Everything else was awful. Jaxo, nothing on this show was good. Hologrim, $5 super chat. How many times did WWE strike when the iron was hot with Bray Wyatt? They struck him out, is what they did. $100 says Vince sees him as a Rock copycat. Absolutely. Absolutely. Jaxo, so with the $20 super chat, Vince is running the show and nobody should dispute this. Yet people are complaining about people who are saying the truth that Vince is in charge of WWE. That's crazy. It's crazy. You complain about me complaining about Vince, but you're complaining. Just like how I'm complaining about Vince, you're complaining to me. What don't you get? Alex Ali with a 2. Change Pretty Deadly's name to Pretty Dead to me, JD. I'll be calling him Pretty Dead from now on, man. There's not one single fucking crowd that have seen Pretty Deadly that gives a shit about them. Ali with a $4.99. I swear, JD, since day one, Vince has killed his company to the ground. He needs to go away. Well, he needs to do more than go away, Ali. Shitty Deadly. That's a good one too, Macho Maniac. I see you, man. What do you guys like better? Pretty Dead or Shitty Deadly? Guy San with a $9.99, and this is his first super chat in the venue. Guy, I appreciate you, brother. JD, you are the realest motherfucker when it comes to wrestling next to CM Punk. Tell me when I'm telling lies. Love the work you've done. Keep up the good work, brother. Thank you, Guy. First time super chat, man. Shout out to you, brother. And Joseph Gonzalez. $4.99 throughout all of 2023 wrestling TV to me has been mostly skippable, but I have more fun watching House of Glory. Listen, man, I love where I work, but not everything that we do is great either. Joseph, if you want to take a break, man, we'll be here to cover it all, man. You don't need to subject yourself to watching the shows, man. This is what we got here. This is what we got OTS for. Anyway, guys, I'm about to get the hell out of here, man. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I want to play a little Destiny, and I want to go to sleep. I got a big day tomorrow. Thank you for joining me on the podcast tonight, man. I thought we had a great show tonight. I don't know what you guys thought, but I thought we had a great show. Rich Gamble with a $4.99. You are the tribal chief of the IWC now. Got to wash this bad Vince episode of SmackDown with some Peace Moonshine. Cheers, OTS fam. Yes, Rich. Enjoy that cold moonshine, brother. Enjoy it, man. Guys, I'll be in your sub boxes tomorrow afternoon. I'll be live with Jesse for AEW Collision. And then Sunday, we got the main event. Forbidden Door, man. It's going to be great. Follow me on social media at JDfromNY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Continue to hit that thumbs up, man. I see 684 likes. I need unacceptable. I need 1,000 minimum. 1,000 minimum. And go check out all the other videos they might have missed on the channel. And go hit up Magic Spoon. MagicSpoon.com/scripts. Go get yourself some Magic Spoon and do your breakfast right. Anyway, guys, I'm getting the hell out of here. I'll see you tomorrow for some extra. And I'll see you tomorrow night live from the Beer Garden with Jesse for AEW Collision. I'll see you guys later.